One, two, three, One, two, three. The Bear Trap Podcast. Here we like to talk about music, news, and entertainment. But most importantly,
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, ladies and gents? You are now tuned in to the Bear Trap Podcast. I am your host, Bear, and you have stepped into the trap. How's it going, man? Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Long time coming, but I made it, man. I made it. I'm here in the flesh. We're gonna really get to it though. You know what I'm saying? I just thank everybody for the support. You know what I mean? All of the love, all of the positive wishes and everything, man, helping me along the way. So let's say that first and foremost. Shout out to my guy Keither B of the Keither B podcast for his help, his wisdom and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boss Work, you know what I'm saying? Nikki, Made for Boss podcast there in Sacramento, California. Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? And I'm long overdue for an interview there. I'll be on my way. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that today. Procrastination. That's the topic, of today. So I've been dealing with that lately, but let me get the preliminaries out the way. If you know me, you love me, go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to make sure, you know what I'm saying, it lets you know when I'm dropping. It'll let you know, you know. Just for, default sake, this podcast is about everything. We talking about everything. You know what I mean? Anything that come across the table on the Bear Trap, we gonna talk about it. I don't really, chase the headlines too much. I talk about things that are important to me and important to people that look like me. You know what I'm saying? I talk about a lot of issues that men are having because I'm a man and I'm dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. And some things, I get with other sharp men and talk about it, and we try to figure things out. I have a strong network of innovative thinkers and people that I'm around. And that's what pushed me to do this podcast. You know what I'm saying? A few of them don't want to be interviewed, but they awesome guys. Full of knowledge and wisdom and experience. And I was just said, man, so many people can be helped. So many people could be helped if they was in on these conversations that we be having. We be talking about a little bit of everything, man. Aliens, all kind of stuff, man. And it's some of it is entertaining and some of it is how do you say educational. Some of the stuff is it's real educational to where, your brother might know something that you ain't even thinking about, that could help you out a whole lot, from finances to credit to hustles, legal. We too old to be going to jail. Legal. Everything in between, man. Love, relationships. We all got a little experience there, some more than others. And this platform is to exchange knowledge and information. You know what I mean? And, be entertained also. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, make sure y'all get in the comments, man. I want to see y'all in the comments. If there's anything y'all want to talk about, if there's anything that y'all want to get into, put it in the comments, man. And I'll see it. And when it's time to talk about it, don't disappear. And whatever it is, because we're gonna get on it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but today's topic is just that. Procrastination. Dum dum dum. I'm the number one offender. This podcast was, I've been talking about it forever. I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna get it going. I've went so far as to have leased a business space downtown and refurbished it, did a whole bunch of stuff, but I never dropped one episode. My boy laughed at me. He almost laughed out his chair. He said, "Bro, what were you doing?" Um, I wasted a lot of money, but I learned a lot too. I learned a lot about business. I learned a lot about myself and about, the things that I be want to do and I procrastinate. And it hurts a little bit, it sting because you got to take it on the chin when it's your own fault, So, I've been doing that a lot more lately, and I look at things a lot differently now from making a few mistakes. And one of those mistakes was procrastination, just waiting too long to do something, just waiting too long, and just dragging my feet. Oh, when it feels right, I'm gonna get when it feels right. When does anything feel right? Just do it if you wanted to, if you wanted to receive the blessings and the if you want to receive, you gotta do the work first. Like I think I recorded this just intro. I did this intro like 3 or 4 times. I don't know why. I just was feeling like a little because I'm not a podcaster. I'm a great speaker. I can speak. I don't clam up in front of the camera. I try to get all my words together and communicate properly. And I don't know, just for some reason, like that feeling was coming upon me, man. But I had to press through it, man, and just get it done. Regardless. That's part of procrastination. We want things to be perfect. We want it to feel a certain way. We want things, man. Nobody told you it was gonna feel good. Nobody told you it was gonna look like this or look like that. Sometimes it needs to look ugly. Like even my background, this is something simple right now, currently. I'm not a simple person. I don't do simple type of situations because I know too much and I'm too invested and involved to do simple. But at the same time, simple works. Simple gets the job done. And today was one of those days, man. It don't have to be fancy, just get it done. You know what I mean? And that's what we're doing today. And that's why today's topic is procrastination. Ask yourself, what are you procrastinating on? What are you procrastinating about? What should you do? You know, and procrastination is another part of it is being patient with yourself. I'm just talking about me. I'm not saying nothing, I'm not saying that what I'm saying is gospel truth as far as you and your experience, but this is just, you know, I ain't no guru. So please don't, what I mean, please don't think that I'm trying to come off with like a know-it-all. I'm just telling you what I've been dealing with. Okay. I'm trying to endear myself to y'all, through this podcast. Some of you guys that think you know me can actually get to know the real me, you know what I'm saying? And even with my music, and all of my endeavors and stuff that have to do with that. Some of y'all think y'all know, but y'all really don't. You know what you heard, which is cool, but it's more to it. It's a lot more to it, and over the course of a few episodes, I'll be, just sharing a little bit more about myself and what I'm doing. And, I'll probably even share some of my music, And so, with all that stuff being said, man, I appreciate you guys just for even stopping, just taking a moment just to see what I'm talking about, man. Cause I ain't bigger than nobody, man. I'm your brother. You know what I'm saying? E40 say, what he say? Not above you, I'm not below you. I'm right beside you. You know what I'm saying? I'm right beside you, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, make sure I meet y'all in the comments, man. And give me some topics, man. Give me some topics so we can really, really get into some stuff. Like, and make sure it's a real topic, man. Don't go on Facebook, don't go on Instagram somewhere and pull up some type of quote, some type of fake, man. Let's talk about you, man. Let's get you squared away. That's what this is about. This ain't about no fake stuff. This ain't about no clout. This ain't about trying to catch up with the Joneses or nothing like that, man. This is something that I wanted to do. And shout out to all the other podcast people doing podcasting out there right now, man. And setting up their platforms and pushing their agenda with whatever they got, however they getting it done. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? Because it takes a lot, because this podcasting and this different stuff Has nothing to do with paying the bills at the moment. It's a passion, but it will grow. And that's where that patience come in at, and that consistency. Because a lot of these podcasters out here are very consistent. They're on every day, and it takes a lot of dedication to do that. And I commend those guys for sticking it out and staying with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, this gonna be a beautiful ride. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're here for it. This is your guy Bear for the Bear Trap Podcast. Man, I will see you guys soon. I will see you very soon. I love you. Peace.
One, two, three, One, two, three. The Bear Trap Podcast. Here we like to talk about music, news, and entertainment. But most importantly,